No plans, no script, no calendar ping. Just two geeky minds talking everything. Figs, show spoilers and scenes. From Jedi to Joes to mutant teens. They're live when they lie, that's part of the charm. So grab your snacks and sound the alarm. If you're into toys or comic book feast, then drop on by for a little Geek Meet. Geek Meet, it's wild, it's weird. Talking plastic heroes and collections we've cleared. Geek Meet, so random, so fun. Join the stream, the show's just begun. Ryan and Jacob, you're in for a treat. Geek Meet, it's wild, it's weird. Talking plastic heroes and collections we've cleared. Geek Meet, so random, so fun. Join the stream, the show's just begun. Ryan and Jacob, you're in for a treat.
Hello.
Hey. We're live.
Has it worked?
Yeah.
Are we live?
This is such a professional show.
It's good. It's good. It's good. There's serious internet issues, guys. We are sorry. We're here. We're here. Pictures are dropping in and out. Like, I don't know whether I don't know what's going on. But guys, we're here with 2074 Comics. It's Pete, all the way from Canada. Hey,
how's it going, guys?
Good day, old man.
I think so. There you go. See, there's such a lag on mine, but it'll catch up.
Yeah,
it will catch up.
I kind of heard you.
So I tell you what, for anyone new, Pete, why don't you just tell them a little bit about yourself, like what you collect and stuff like that?
Oh, okay. 2024 Comics and Toys. Nice guy, Pete. I collect comics, action figures, pretty much superhero stuff. I'm a Spider-Man fanatic, as you might be able to see.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it in a nutshell. Mostly on TikTok, a lot of Instagram. Finally getting myself into YouTube here. But yeah,
Into our little space.
yes. Oh, I mean, really enjoying
Yes.
it. Really enjoying it. And you know what? I'm so happy to be here. Thanks for having me on, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Awesome.
Thanks for coming on, man. And Jake, as you can see by Jake's expression,
No,
like
it's
you know,
awesome.
he's
It's
gobsmacked.
Yeah.
He doesn't even know what to do with himself.
I've never seen.
I've just dropped my camera out just so that I just.
Are we gonna have to do this like
I
old
dropped my
school?
camera out
Are we
just so
gonna...
that the lag catches up on my end.
Should we just do like
no,
old
I mean,
school, like old talk side profile, like we're on old BBC TV or something?
We'll do-
Look like this.
We'll do like this for the rest of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that when I talk, there's like a little ring around my name, so you can around my symbol. But no, I mean, me and Pete have known each other through TikTok space for quite a while now. So like, you know, I remember coming on and stumbling across Pete's profile. I was like, yeah, this guy looks like he's into some cool stuff. So yeah, it's been fun. It's been a fun journey, but it's always nice to kind of get in front of a camera and just talk.
Oh yeah, you know, it's always awesome to come on here, guys. You know what? I think, believe it or not, it's been like 5 years on TikTok. It's just flown by. Like,
Wow.
Whoa.
It's what, 2025, and that 2020 is when I basically started. So it's been like 5 years, right? That's crazy.
So are you a lockdown starter?
You know what? I was. I remember my daughter introducing me to this thing called TikTok. I'm like, what is this? And I see everybody dancing, stuff like that. And then I started checking it out, and then I started following. And then I guess the algorithm was slowly showing me the geeky stuff, and I go, this is awesome. I got to jump on this. And here I am.
I really thought you were going to say that
place.
you started off doing the Spider-Man gift dance, you know, where he's like,
Yeah.
just being a Spider fan. I was like, I saw the dancing, and I was like, I could do my Spider-Man dance.
No one wants to see this guy dance. Trust me, no one. No one wants to see me dance.
Pete, you can dance if you want to. You can leave behind.
No, no one wants to see me dance. I've tried doing a few of those dances.
You know, I was
my daughter, and it's scary. Trust me. Yeah.
I was the same with TikTok. When TikTok first came out, obviously it was all the dance moves and everything. And I remember my friend Simon, who does plastic snaps, aka the TikTok baker. Like, he's blown up on TikTok from his like baker. He works in a bakery and all the rest of it. But I've known him from the action figure photography space for quite some time now. And I remember seeing him share an account, and I went on there and I was like, oh, this is cool. This is like short form video. Like, I'm going to get on it. And then, I told my wife and my kids and stuff, and they were like, TikTok. I was like, yeah, TikTok. It's like a geeky space, but it's evolved into this massive space now, and there's such a good community. I must admit, for me, I think TikTok's one of my favorite communities with engaging with people, and I think I've met more people through TikTok, like yourself and a handful of others, through the TikTok space. So I think it's a great platform. I really do.
I still need to learn how to use it, because I even now still don't really know how it works. So my TikTok has very few videos on it, and time it's just when I've done a YouTube short, I've just
you need to do a couple of dances, Ryan.
I actually joined in on one trend with you, Jacob, actually, and our good friend the baker, and it was the one where you did a dance and then suddenly all the screen goes different colors, and then you duetted him.
Oh yeah.
And then I duetted you, because it was like, it gave me a button that said duet.
I did do a dance.
Like, oh, okay.
So wait, you're both dancing? You're both.
Yeah.
I gotta. You know what? I gotta check this out. That's gotta be hilarious. Let's say that
We
you guys
should do
can't
like
dance.
a compilation of it and do it to safety dance. You know, that could be our thing.
I gotta see this. I gotta see this. It's almost as good as Jacob's wrestling career from back in the day.
I was part of that.
Oh, were you a wrestler too, Ryan?
I did a little wrestling, but I was the ring announcer.
No way.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's British Wrestling Evolution.
Oh man, I get the shivers on my spine. That was awesome.
I told you, me and Ryan know each other in the physical space. Yeah. I got to show you, Pete. You're a Spider-Man fan. Look at my mug.
Up as the guy from Labyrinth, and seeing him put way too many socks in his crotch for that. But that's another story.
Yeah. Representing two. Yeah,
I've got a Carlsberg pint glass I stole from a pub.
This is one of my favorite mugs. So this is from Disney
Web Slinger.
Oh, okay.
This one's from the Avengers campus at Disneyland Paris.
Oh yeah.
So, the web industries before it came on the TV show.
Yeah, I gotta check it out. You know what? I have not been to Disney in a long time. I gotta get myself out there. There's they got so many cool things out there now, like with Spidey, the Avengers and all that. We're slowly taking over. See, we took over Disney, now we're slowly taking everything else, like Netflix and everything else.
It will be ours. Oh yes, it will be ours.
One day.
Yeah, just gonna say hello to a few people, just because there's a few people watching it already. We got Joby One, John Hood, Spooky Salutations, season 3 of From. I've only seen the first season. It's so good.
I love it. I haven't watched the new series yet, though, John. So no spoilers, but I am on it. Can't wait to get into it.
Elijah says, "What's up?" I'm going to read that as scary movie style. What's up? Because that's how I choose to live my life. It started with a click. Shelley. Shelley is probably here just to give me some jip, because she normally does. Because we were meant to go live last Sunday. Oh. However,
yes, we were.
I was not well, and then I also went straight to bed. I rang Jacob was like, mate, we was like not long before we went to go live. I was like, I can't do it. I have to go to bed. So I went straight to bed, and then I woke up to the message from. Yeah, and I got a message from Jacob, and I sort of woke up to it. He sent me straight afterwards. I just didn't see it. Said, like, don't forget to delete the thing. I didn't realize that it didn't just automatically delete if you didn't go live. So I woke up to comments from people like Joby On and Shelley basically giving me jip for being like, you weren't there, man. We're still waiting.
Oh man.
Well, there we go.
Well,
that's crazy.
I got an invite for last week too, but it was our Canadian Thanksgiving, so I was so excited when you guys said you were going to do it. I turned around, looked at my wife, and go, "Hey, get somebody." She's like looking at me like, "I don't think so, buddy."
Is it?
Like, in her head. I'm like, "Okay."
Is it big party for you guys then Thanksgiving?
Yeah, you know what? It's really nice. Normally we have it at our house, and we have my wife's side, my side, and it's really big. Like we have the Thanksgiving is so special. I love turkey, so that's whenever we're gonna have turkey. That's an awesome thing. But yeah, it's really nice. It's nice to have the family over, and I call them the kids, but they're not kids anymore. They're young adults, but it's really nice, and both our parents are there.
Yeah, I can't imagine that would have gone down well if you had like a full lounge full of like family. Everyone's sitting around cutting turkey. Well, Pete's just like, I'm just off and going.
No, even better. He put this on the
brain was
TV with the whole family.
my
Just two
brain
English blokes on
I
it.
was like, how am I going to do this? So I'm cutting the turkey and I'm kind of slowly walking away, like, or maybe I have the camera there as I'm cutting. I was actually thinking about it, but my wife
Oh man, we
kind of
appreciate it.
put the kibosh on that. Sorry, guys.
I
Sorry,
wouldn't
Nah,
have
it's
been
all
there.
good. I mean,
You
that's
would
the
have
cool
just,
thing.
you could have
That's the
entertained
cool.
everyone, I suppose.
That's the
You
cool
almost
thing,
ruined
though. With
Canadian
the format that we do with this, it's spontaneous. We can mix it around and make it work for people. So, but yeah, we were like, obviously, we were talking because we had you on Geek Week like about a year ago, and you posted and said, "Oh, let's do a reunion." And I was like, "Yeah, come on, let's jump on a live." So, yeah, it's all good. So let's talk New York Comic Con, because obviously there was loads of reveals, weren't there? So loads of stuff going on. I mean, you're a Spider-Man guy, Pete. You're obviously into your Legends. There was quite a few offerings there.
There was a lot of Marvel Legends out. Like, you know what? Hasbro Pulse has been shooting them out. Like, I'm telling you, like my my bank book is almost empty. Like, seriously, there's some pretty big reveals. I think there was what line was it again? It's slipping my mind. But yeah, there's a few Spidey figures out there. There's some X-Men, a lot of X-Men, some really good stuff.
Yeah, it was good.
They do
It was
love
good.
those, the animated figures at the moment, don't they? Like the ones that are designed to look more like the cartoon. And
yeah, the X-Men
would
97 ones.
Yeah, the only thing that would maybe draw me in a little bit is back when they did the original toy line, Spider-Man toy line, when I was a kid in the catalogs, I used to see I think it's the Spider Slayer, the vehicle. And I would love to see a Legends version of that.
You know what? They gotta start doing. You know what? Exactly. They gotta start. Okay, it's considered the
Which
animated
one?
series, but they're introducing more of the comic book stuff instead of that, which I don't have a problem with that. But you kind of get a little excited because you hear it in the animated series, so we're thinking, okay, you know what? We're gonna have some cool stuff, like you said, like the Spider Slayer or something like that. But they're still kind of pulling back from the comic books and stuff like that, which I don't mind. But like you said, some animated series mix it up a little bit, right? They're starting to
just something a bit different, because those colors were so bright and vivid and it's so 90s. The only thing is I would want it to have a play feature, because I think that's something that's missing from toys nowadays. I miss them being toys rather than just collectibles. I play with my stuff quite a lot, so like all my Star Wars stuff, like I will be constantly playing it, so I weirdly still look for play value as I do for, like, oh, it's got the wrong wrist gauntlets on it, it's a waste of money, blah blah blah, or something,
100%. I used to be an aim-box collector until I started cracking one open here and there, and now, like, I so agree. Like, you know what? They look so awesome on the shelf, and like, if you have an accessory too, like something like a play set, how awesome would that be? Like, you could put your action figures behind it, and it can kind of look like it's actually popping out of the TV series, right? Like, I don't know if Hasbro Pulse is listening to this, but and we're brainstorming here, right? This would be awesome. They got to
so good.
Jump on the boat with this.
Yeah.
Instead of build a figure, let's do build a playset.
Play sets are the way.
I think McFarlane was trying to do that.
Yeah.
McFarlane was trying to do that. He had that playset, like from what was that? What's it called? The Joker, where he had the playset and then he had the action figure, stuff like that. You know what? Hasbro Plus could be doing that too, 100%. Like, I'd love to have like an Amazing Spider animated series playset that I can actually put my figures instead of just the stands or something like that. You can, like other things.
The Daily Bugle street level, you have Rhino and that, and then you get further up, and then you get like your wall climbers, like maybe like Morbius in the mid level, and then Spider-Man swinging from the top against Venom. You could make a hole, and then Goblin hovering over the top.
100%, 100%. They are coming out with, they should. I don't know if they're coming out with any more of the DVD the VHS cassettes, because those were cool. I don't know if you guys remember those. It's the box sets with the two figures inside, and it looks like a VHS cassette box. Let me see if I have something over there. Like, I'm not quite sure. Sorry guys, I'm off screen here for a second. But yeah, those are so cool. Like, I have like these right here. Like, we haven't seen one of these in a while. That would be kind of cool if they did that with a playset, right? Like, I don't know. Yeah. Make it look like a VCR or something. They can do something.
Yes, that opens up.
Good shout.
Yeah.
Or a tube TV that you put stuff inside.
tying it into what Joby One said there. So he's obviously talking about the Black Series, Windu, Palpatine, really, really cool Black Series release. But with Hasbro, the Black Series figures are coming with kind of bigger accessory bases, aren't they? They're doing a little bit more of a, not necessarily a play set, but they're doing a bit more of an accessory kind of
diorama based
base,
thing.
if you like, diorama based kind of thing. But it says there MCM is supposed to have some more Black Series Force wielders revealed. So for anyone that doesn't know, MCM is basically the London version of New York Comic Con and San Diego Comic Con and that. So it's the big convention of the year. The October one takes place next weekend. Me and Ryan are going down on the Friday. I've got a handful of meetings with various different brands and stuff. So there'll be a couple of interviews coming out there. On the Saturday, that's actually my birthday, I'm going back to Comic Con and I'm sitting down with Hasbro. So I'm gonna ask the question.
I can't make it on Saturday.
Yeah, I know you don't want to spend my birthday with me at Comic Con, Ryan, but that's fine.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I'll be there on the Friday and the Saturday. Ryan will be there on the Friday, but I'm sitting down with Hasbro on the Saturday, so I'm going to ask about the VHS for you, Pete. So we'll find out.
Get that 3D printer out and print yourself a tiny violin there, Jake. After that story of guilt trip.
No, to be honest, like my wife was like, "What are you going to do? What are you going to do on your birthday?" I was like, "Well, I'm kind of going back to Comic Con to see Hasbro." She's like, "All right, who are you going with?" I was like, "On my own." Just like, I don't care. But no, there's a few people I'm catching up with while I'm there, which is cool. But yes, MCM Saturday, sitting down with Hasbro. So I will ask the question about the VHS collections and playsets. I've asked the question about playsets before. I think it's one that we put to Steve. I'm sure it's one we put to Steve once about playsets and stuff. And it just seems like
Steve constantly because of it.
I don't know. It just feels like such a missed opportunity. It really does, because there are other companies out there building playsets. So one of my favorites is Ramen Toy, which obviously they came out they rose from the, hey, listen to this for a pun. They rose from the ashes of the failed HasLab Ghost Rider. There you go. That's a good one, right? So when the Hell Charger obviously failed to fund, Ramen Toy basically went, we can do this and we can do this a lot cheaper. So they built the Hell Charger. I've actually got one sat on my shelf, and it's an incredible, actually, that you can just see it. There you go. Look, there it is. It's amazing. It lights up, it sounds, lights, and everything like that. And then they went from there, and they've done loads of other things. They've done Brave Star. They've done like a A-Team / Punisher van. They've done the sewer diorama recently for Ninja Turtles. So it feels like some kind of street level diorama is the natural next progression, because they're doing all these things and they're really reasonably priced for what they are. I think the retail price on the Hell Charger when it came out was about $200, I think.
It was quite a bit cheaper than the HasLab and had more features.
Oh, it's true. Yeah, it was a lot cheaper, actually.
Yeah. Oh, miles cheaper. But it's interesting because obviously Hasbro haven't really done the HasLab for Marvel Legends since, have they? So they've done the made to order lines. So the things like Mephisto and the Sentinel and stuff like that. They've now done the Apocalypse. And I think it was a user called Yakface. I don't know if any of you guys follow Yakface. But he's put out a post.
Follow them.
Yeah. He's put out a post about Star Wars made to order and whether that Hasbro will be following down that line. But it just seems like a really untapped kind of bracket across all of their lines to just do a made to order thing, just like a street diorama like that would cross across so many of the different brands. You'd have the Marvel fans wanting it, you'd have the Ghostbuster fans wanting it, you would have the G.I. Joe fans wanting it, you would have other collectors like people like the collect McFarlane Batman and things like that. Like a street level diorama made to order would cover so many collectors. Just I don't understand how someone's not done it yet.
Soon. Yeah. I don't know. Well, Jake, you got a 3D printer. It could be you. But you know what? I think Pete was like hit the nail on the head though. The idea about with the you said about like doing like the VHS if we could open them up or something. So I actually got myself something new for a change. I normally like a guy gets vintage, retro, or retro inspired or whatever. But I picked up the first wave of these. Have you seen these?
No.
No.
Right. So these are Mega Drive cartridges that open
Yeah.
up into
I'm
a
listening.
level from the game, and they have the figures in them.
That's crazy.
That's very
Like,
cool.
they actually look like the thing. So it's a new company, and I got these in B&M. So far, I've only got Sonic 3, Sonic 2, and Street Fighter 2.
Yeah.
But like, they're awesome. But
Whoa,
they've also
whoa,
done.
Whoa. How much?
Oh.
They were £12.99.
£12.99 for a
13
mini
quid.
diorama and two. How big are the figures? We're probably looking at like 2-inch, right?
Do you know what? Let's find out together, shall we?
Oh, you gotta crack them open.
Live unboxing.
Oh.
Yeah, this is the thing. Sometimes I'll make. This is where we lose viewers normally, because I'll get something like, I'll open this, and then that's when people run away. But, okay, so I mean, I've got giant hands, so that probably isn't good for any scaling. But I reckon they're about an inch.
Oh, wow.
But so if I take the cartridge, the idea is that that opens up, and then it's got all the pegs, and then you can add things in it. So there's like a ring, spikes, the thing zone. But here's the cool bit though, which I haven't seen one yet, but I'm looking out for it. They've done the Mega Drive itself, like the Genesis.
Mm-hmm.
And that opens up, and that's got the bosses from the games in it. And you can add all your other individual figures, and it comes with a rack that you can put all your cartridges in. And that's only like
cool.
35 quid, I think.
That's cool.
So
2 questions.
If Hasbro did that with VHS and then, started doing it for the figures.
Two questions.
Yes, Jake.
First question. What how many cartridges are there? You got 3 there. Do you know how many there are in the series?
So far there's 4. But there's plans to do more. Altered Beast. I know.
Second question. When you bought these in the shop that's round the corner from where we both live, why did you not phone me and say, Jake, look what's here?
Right. I'll tell you for why. Because I never buy anything new, and therefore I just automatically assumed you had them.
By tomorrow I will.
That's great. That looks so cool.
Who are they made by?
If you see an Altered Beast or the Mega Drive, can you let me know?
I might do. I might just wait and then show you on the stream.
Yeah, sorry. I feel so bad now.
No, don't be silly.
The company is called Console Heroes. They've got a small TikTok, and it's all about the development of the product. So, see, look, Ryan knows something about TikTok. There we go. That's right, folks. I've seen these online on TikTok, but you can buy them now. Available at all good retailers, specifically B&M in the UK. But the good thing is they've actually expanded a bit. I saw a preview for VHS Heroes, like VHS Stars, and it's Stranger Things, and it opens up, and it's 11 with the Demogorgon up against the board. So I think they're expanding.
I've seen that. Those are really cool. Like that. See,
what a genius idea!
Hasbro can do that.
It's nostalgic. It's affordable, and also it's got that great thing where it's storable, because it's not like 6 feet long. Everyone goes like, "Oh, I want a HasLab Death Star." I'm like, yeah, okay, it'd be the size of this cabinet and bigger. But people are struggling to fit room for their HasLabs now. I mean, once you've got even Marvel Legend wise, once you've got Galactus, Giant Man, the Sentinel, you're starting to run out of room for a giant thing. So go the opposite way and just do a whole world inside a small cartridge, or like you said, a specific scene, for example. Why couldn't you open up a VHS and be able to hang your Spider-Man upside down, like the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man? Do that as a VHS that opens up, and you hang him upside down. It comes with Mary Jane and Spider-Man. Boom.
And if you look at these boxes, they're pretty big. Like, you could probably do something like that. You could split that in half. Why not?
Fold that up.
Yeah.
Do it book style. But yeah,
it just seems like in this day and age as well, like display and diorama, like it just seems like a bizarre thing that these toy companies haven't tapped into, because I don't know if you guys saw the announcement, like unofficial announcement about the rise in prices for Hasbro products, for example. So like the Marvel Legends currently sitting at like $24.99, and they're expected to go up to like the $27.99 or something within the next year. Like the prices are just going up. They're going up and going up. And for the majority of people, like Marvel Legends, for example, for me, like, you know, when I started collecting, they were very much that I could pick one up for myself, but I could also pick one up for my kids to throw around, because it was kind of like, oh, that's cool, it's a Spider-Man figure, like I want that, but it's not going to break the bank for me to get one for my son or something like that. Whereas nowadays it's much more kind of like, okay, well, if I want that, 30 quid, 25 quid is too much to just spend on a figure that's just going to be thrown around, when you can get so many others, you know, and the same characters as well. So with the rise in prices, like the majority of people buying these figures now are collectors rather than kids playing with them. So display and diorama seems like the natural progression, but
100%.
well, you know, it's uncaptured market. I mean, even so, like, you know, I think who just put the comment there, right? Polly Pocket Sonic Edition, right?
Yeah.
So Polly Pocket, right, are actually really on the nail. So they've done the Friends Coffee Cup that opens up into Central Perk. The Office, Dunder Mifflin, World's Best Boss, opens up into the Office. They've done the Addams Family. They've just announced Back to the Future, and they've done Stranger Things, which is an old Wednesday. Sorry,
Wednesday.
Yeah. And they've just done Stranger Things as well, where it's like the lunchbox, I think it is, and it opens up, and then it's the walkie-talkie. Sorry, it's the walkie-talkie. It opens up, and it's the Stranger Things poster. So even Polly Pocket are like on it with going like, yeah, here's a little nostalgic bit, you know, but it's still a diorama of some sort of playset, something. You know, I've made most of these myself. I mean, the thing I've used there is actually for it's for kitchen and bathroom tiles. It's like a sticker you meant to put over tiles, and I got them in Poundland, but they work for the Empire. You know, the Empire is cost effective. There's a recession on.
Did you guys have Polly Pocket in Canada, Pete?
We did. There's like, now that you mention it, there's this one other was it called Fantastic Max? You guys ever hear of that? It was a cartoon.
Mighty Max.
Mighty
Best
Max.
thing ever.
That's Mighty Max. I was in my head when you were saying Polly Pocket, I'm like, what's the name? Yeah, Mighty Max. And I remember it was similar, but it was like, I guess it was like the boys version, where they had like, I think Ryan has something. But yeah, that's what popped in my head when you said that. I'm like, I remember because my son had them and I used to play with them. Yes,
that's it.
And I've got, there you go. Look,
and
I've
they
got
made
the mini
little.
ones here.
That's
it, the little mini ones. Yeah.
Yes. Oh my good. Yeah.
I'm a big Mighty Max fan as well. That animated series is also how I learned a lot about stuff, because it was educational as well as awesome. And the theme song, by the way, is absolutely bitching. So do go and check it out on YouTube.
Okay, I got 100% gonna check that out. Yeah, that's like I said, when you said Polly Pocket, I'm thinking, what is it? And sorry for calling it Fantastic Max. I remember it was something Max. Yes, oh man. Oh, that brings me back. Look how cool they were too. Like
I've got Power Ranger one as well.
Oh wow. Like you could just like even just you could say that like even opening it. Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Like, can't they do stuff like that now? Like
exactly.
You know.
Like, I had the mummy one.
I've got to tessellate these back into the box now. They were very carefully put in, and I've just shook it upside down and taken it like that.
As a kid, I had the snake, and it looked like a coiled snake in your hand, and then you lifted it up, and the neck of the snake, and it had like a zip line and the mummy, and I had hours of fun with that. Hours of fun.
They're so detailed. There's a company that's actually started a new line of them, has brought it back, and it's just a self-funded thing, and I can't remember what it's called, but it's like they call them something like Mega Mat or something like that, but it's Mighty Max.
Right.
Because but it's just one of the best toy lines. But I think the thing is, and you know, there's that whole thing about kids don't play with toys that much anymore. I think it's because toys have become less playable, because they're trying to make them suitable for like adults as well as children, rather than just going, what do kids like to play with? They go, what do kids like to play with, but also what do adults collect? And I actually think they should focus more on what kids Like, you know, if you want to get kids away from digital devices, you've got to let them create worlds and make stories. You can't do that with a £25 highly articulated, you know, Darth Plagueis or whatever, you know, from Star Wars, a vintage collection figure with nothing for it to go with, for no one for it to fight, nothing for it to go in, nothing for it to climb, nothing for it to explore. You know, I make stories up still for all of these. These have all got storylines, by the way. None of this is from the films. This is all my own nonsense that I create, but that's what's fun.
Exactly.
There's a lot of this at the moment with brands and that old kind of old school element of what kind of came out in the 90s and early late 80s and stuff. Like character toys, for example, we've just done Stretch Armstrong. Stretch Armstrong's made a comeback with all these different characters and all the rest of it. So it's brilliant. Little plug there. Watch my channel; it'll be coming out soon. But yeah.
Why have we never done a historical section of that and called it like
Mighty
Stretch
Max
Neil Armstrong and he's in a spacesuit?
Mate, write to him. Like, that's the kind of stuff.
You know, we should be.
You've got to write it to him. You got to put it on a letter and post it. Like,
I was telling my wife about
this.
Last time I did, I actually wrote to a toy company. It was actually I wrote to Goosebumps at Fox Kids with my idea for 3 stories. But I literally wrote Goosebumps at Fox Kids on the envelope and posted it in a postbox. So it was probably used as like toilet paper at the sorting office or something because there was no address on it. That was the last time I wrote to a toy company. And then I did write to Kenner/Hasbro when I was a kid with my ideas for figures, and they did send me a figure and said thank you very much. And they did send me they sent me Grand Moff Tarkin.
Hey, they sent you something.
Right.
That was in 96. I think that was 96, 97, I think.
So there you have it, folks. If you want to start collecting, just pretend to be a child and write engaging letters to these toy companies. Now send you a figure. And there you go. You've started a collection.
Right.
I did that when I was a kid.
Right with your left hand to make it look like a child wrote it.
Well, I thought the use of crayon was a very inspired thing on my part, but you know.
A little happy face and a heart on the bottom.
I gotta say, Shelley said there, yeah, I finally get to meet the Goblin King in the flesh. Let's get that restraining order in place. No, I look forward. If you're going to be there, Shelley, I look forward. Make sure you come and say hello because you know we'll say hello. We'll get some photos.
What day are you going, Shelley? Or is she going to deliberately go on Saturday now because she heard I was only going to be there on Friday?
Saturday's work day. Friday's work day. Saturday's like the play day.
So who are you talking to, Jacob? Is it Mr. Stevie or is it?
So I'm sitting down with Emily from Action Brands.
Okay.
So Emily, she does mainly. I want to sit down with her because of Ghostbusters, because they've obviously got all the Ecto Glow stuff coming out at the moment. Last year when I sat down with her, it was when they had announced the Ecto 1 HasLab, and that's due to land on our doorsteps any day now. So I was kind of hoping I'd have mine before MCM, but it doesn't look like it will be. But yes, I'm sitting down with her, and then I'm going to sit down with Dwight from Marvel Legends.
Oh, awesome.
Typical.
Yeah. So I met with Dwight last year. I've met all the guys. I met Ryan first, then I met Dan. Obviously Stevie has been over here and we've taken him out. Like we went shopping, Ryan went shopping with Stevie, and he's been on the podcast a few times.
I text
and then
Steve
I met
all the
Dwight
time.
for the first time last year.
I really annoy him.
You text Steve,
really
like
wind
you have him on like WhatsApp.
I do. Well, it's because
yeah,
I haven't got over not getting a sale barge yet, so I just message him every now and again to remind him of that. And he's like always messaging about like the amount of time I spend thinking about your bloody barge.
Yeah, he's a really nice guy. He's a hyper guy. Like,
Steve's a good guy.
He's from our neck of the woods, so
yeah,
he's one of us.
Yeah.
Bizarrely, he comes from a town very close to us.
Oh, okay, yeah. Really nice guy.
Yeah, he was born born and raised
Canada Fan Expo there, and he was so hyper. Like I was trying to talk to him. I was trying to interview him. He's like, he's just going on, and he was just all over the place. I'm like, wow, really nice guy. And he kept saying, Peter.
Yeah. What did you guys make of the Tron announcement? Because I know that, talking about Steve, I know that he's obviously big into his 3 3/4 inch, and he obviously loves a bit of Tron as well. But they announced Tron, didn't they, as a 3 3/4 inch HasLab?
They did. So I just thought I'd put that up there because someone said, "Hey, Pete."
Oh. Hello.
I really liked the
appeal to
HasLab.
you, or?
I just can't afford it.
You know what? I got to save
No,
my
it's
pennies
you.
for that. Like, these HasLabs, they're really cool. Like, there's that other one that's is it a HasLab that's coming out? The Sentinel. It's I think
Yeah.
That's the
I think that's a made to order.
one.
it's
Yeah.
made for, yeah. It's I'm dying to pick that up. It's not that expensive actually. Here, I think here in Canada it's only 300. So that
Okay.
it does sound a lot, but for HasLab it's pretty cheap in my mind, right? Like everything else, you're looking at like 600, 800, even like 1,000, right? So that's kind of reasonable.
Yeah.
I think the thing is
by the year.
Yeah, I think the thing with the Tron one is that I really like it. I know that's a complete one and done for the first Tron film. Like they basically said that, you know, it's not a start of a new line. That one is like a one and done, because Stevie did put clarification about what the Hasbro 375 thing actually was. It wasn't that we're starting all these new lines and everything's going to have like everything. It's that they're going to do some like really focused things, like whether that's a HasLab or a made to order or something. But it will be like little one and dones, time capsules of films basically, and franchises you love.
Which is a really cool concept. Like really
Yeah,
cool concept.
I do. The only problem is, so like, I sort of broke it down a bit, and it was like, argument's sake, if it's a niche figure and if it was 25 quid a figure, that's 125. That means that remaining, was it 135 pounds, is for the 2 bikes and the stand. So that's like 50 quid a bike and 35 quid a stand. And the problem is, I think I'm just so out of touch with because I don't really buy a lot new anymore other than the retro collection. That just seems so much money to me that I don't know I can justify it. Like when I'm looking at what I do get when I go hunting and I make things or whatever, it's a lot of money, and it will look cool on a shelf, and it does this the base lights up, which is nice that there's something electronic in it, because they don't really do electronics much anymore. So I'm glad to see some kind of element to it, but I just don't know if I can justify that much money for just that, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So like John said there as well, like, as a fan of Tron since the original movie, I can't justify the cost. And obviously, John, there, that's like your target market, people that have been fans of it since the beginning. I quite like the concept of what they're doing, because if it is a little pocket, like I've said, I think I said to Steve, like something like Visionaries, I'd love to see them come back. The chances are they're not going to come out with a whole line for Visionaries, but in this 3 3/4 inch line, they could do a nice little like pocket of it, or something like Starship Troopers. Do you know what I mean? One of these kind of cult films that has kind of got characters and stuff, but doesn't justify a whole toy line. So I'm excited to see where they go with it and what things they could kind of do with it, But it's a lot of money.
If I happen to sell something that is the same price as the HasLab, then I would do it. But I don't have the general like spare income to justify it, unfortunately. But it would have to be a case of if I sold something out of my collection that I didn't want it anymore, and that left it. But the other thing is, I just don't think it's going to back, because it's quite a few days in now, and it's not even reached like 10% yet, I don't think.
No. Pete, have you got any HasLabs?
Unfortunately, no. Unfortunately, no. Just like what Ryan was saying, like, it's getting a little costly. It's getting pricey, right? Like I am considering maybe picking up that Sentinel, but other than that, I really wish I picked up the Galactus. The other one, the Giant Man, I slipped through my fingers. I wish I had that one. That was a little bit more reasonably priced, but no, at this point, no. I do have a lot of Marvel Legends, but those are the ones I have not yet picked up.
It's only talking about it now that I realised that I don't actually have any HasLabs anymore. I've sold them all. I haven't got any HasLabs. I haven't got, the only like HasLab type thing I've got left is that Hell Charger, but that of course
Yeah.
wasn't a Hasdab. That was done by Ramen Toys. I am expecting the Ecto 1 any day now. So I just think it's a bizarre, it's a very niche thing. The reason I ask is Henja, if I said that right, I said, what's your biggest figure? What's your biggest figure, guys? I can start this off easy. Mine one now. I collect a lot of 1/6 scale. I collect a lot of Hot Toys and all the rest of it. So a lot of mine are bigger anyway. But definitely my biggest figure is this Optimus Prime here, that is like 63 centimeters tall. By Fan Home, took like 2 years to build. Fully articulated, all lights up and everything, and it is an incredible piece. But you can see there, look, there's a Hot Toy figure next to it, and you can see just how big it is compared to the Hot Toys around it. But that's my.
I'll be back
that's
in a
my
minute with mine. Please call it.
The biggest one I have right now, which I just recently picked up, is the Marvel Legends, the Juggernaut, from the Gamerverse.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe how big this is. I have. Where's the other one? Actually, let me show you what. Sorry, guys, I got my face in the pic. It is huge. Like, I couldn't believe how big this is. Like, if you put it with a regular Marvel Legend, look at the size difference. This is one. I think one of the biggest, and it's a lot of detail on this. I was so surprised. Like, I thought, like, yeah, it's gonna be a big figure, but I was really surprised because, like, I don't know if you could see that. There's like detail on the nails there, like even the face. Like,
is that the Gamerverse one?
It's the Gamerverse one. Like, I saw some some people like showing this off, and I'm like, I need this one. This one's huge. Because like the other one I have is like half the size. I gotta look for it. I can show you the difference. And I think they should
That's huge. Yeah.
They should start doing this with the rest of the figures. Like, I think they should come out with a Hulk like this. Colossus, why not? Like,
yeah.
They could
so that's bigger than it's bigger than the Build-A-Figure one that they did.
Yes, it's very big. You know what? Let me see if I can find the one.
I assumed, obviously wrongly, from like the product shots and stuff, that it was basically a reissue of like the Build-A-Figure size. Like Jugs is one of them figures that has to be massive.
It is huge. Okay, this is the Juggernaut from the Colossus.
Oh wow!
And look at the difference. That is crazy, and it's.
Yeah.
I feel like this is like half the size. Like, they did a really awesome job with this, and you know what? Price wise, it wasn't bad. To be honest with you, yes, they didn't come with that many accessories. Like, they only had the 2 interchangeable hands, and they had that effect. I don't know where I put it, but it is like, look at the size of that thing. That is huge.
Yeah.
Like, it looks awesome with the rest of my figs because it really stands out with the rest of the X-Men figures. But yeah.
But see, I don't mind paying a price. I think that's one of the reasons that I like Hot Toys. Like, I don't mind paying a price when you've got something. Like, I think the thing with a lot of the 6-inch figures for me is that I was paying a high price and they were just disappearing into the background. Whereas when you're paying for something and it's a size, like, that's nice.
You guys ready to see mine?
Oh, it's almost like you remember the Marvel Select? It's almost that size. Like, I think I used to have it. I sold it back in the day, but I think an inch or two smaller than that one.
One of the heaviest figures I've ever come across, that Select Juggernaut. It was so heavy.
Workout. It's a workout and a half to pick that. But you know what? This is actually a hefty size one too. Like, it's pretty solid. It's a thick figure, and I'm very, very happy with it. And like I said, it was a little bit more pricier than the other figures, but I feel like this is like 5 or 6 Marvel Legends put into one. So it's worth it. It's worth it. Like, if anyone is considering picking up, I suggest you pick it up because this is a really good fig. And you know what? Like, I got lucky when I buy most of my figs from GameStop, and I just walked in there and they had it, and I just grabbed it. Like, that was the last one, but I didn't pre-order it like an idiot. But when I saw it up there, I had to have it. It is because, like I said, look at the size. It's huge. It is huge.
I know I'm gonna see that at Comic-Con, and I'm gonna end up buying it, aren't I?
Oh yeah.
Yep, 100%. But are you ready for the big reveal of my biggest figure?
Come on, Ryan, what's yours? I bet it's about 2 inches big. Oh my gosh!
Oh, what? Is that Jar Jar?
Actually, what is?
What?
What?
Jar Jar? Oh yeah.
Only you would have like a 4-foot Jar Jar Binks.
Oh man. Is he the Sith version or no? Just the regular?
He's always the Sith version. This is my Jar Jar. There are many like it, but this one is mine.
So
That is pretty cool.
is it a plush figure? What?
It is a plush. I can't. But the thing is, it's got weird things that you can put your feet underneath it and make it walk.
No way.
Out the door, right?
Look, it's got these straps that you put your feet in.
Wow.
And then you could make it walk. So my mum had seen it in like some kind of shop at some point when she was in Brighton, which is quite a bit away from us, on like a girly weekend. Mum said, "This is how much I love you." I saw it, I bought it, and then walked around with my girlfriends with this giant Jar Jar Binks. So in the loft, I've also got a 6-foot destroyer droid that was part of the Ottica's book display line that they had like for the window displays. But to hand, this is the biggest sort of. I know it's not technically an action figure, but you know, he's got wire in the arm, so you can pose him. So
he's
action figure wise, I have got a 3-foot Darth Vader, and I don't know why I keep using his arm to express things. But
I was confused whether that was your arm or his for a second. I was like, no.
I thought maybe it was attached or something. I thought you had it was a glove and you're doing this.
Yeah. The fact that he's got a play feature, I think it falls under the action figure line.
Oh yeah.
So Missile of Jacob. Welcome to the Geek Meet. Yeah. Everyone loves Jar Jar.
Man. Speaking of that Gamerverse line that you were just on a second ago, Pete, like I'm a big fan of Jada Toy's Street Fighter 2 Ultra line. Like, I think they're incredible figures. And when Hasbro announced the Gamerverse, I was like, awesome, this is it. Capcom versus Marvel. Like, I love those games. And I haven't picked up a single one of those Gamerverse packs yet. Like, not a single one.
I thought you'd be all over those.
You know what?
I thought I would be, but
this is the only one I picked up was the Juggernaut, because like I was looking at the line, I go, you know what, they are pretty cool, but it's another Wolverine, it's another Captain America, but if you see I kick myself because I never picked them up. That Wolverine looks awesome. Like it is, and it is also another bulky figure. Like this line, I guess they're trying to make them more look like the video game, and they look bulkier and thicker. They actually look a lot better than the Marvel Legends that they're coming out with before. Like
the Venom looks exceptional because it's like that light blue color from the game. Like that's the one I think will get me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that Captain America looks really good too. Like that's another thing. I think I have like 1 million Captain Americas. I'm like, you know what? I'll pass on that. I don't have the Venom from that other line because I think it's just a repaint. So it's a bluer version. I never picked it up, and I kind of kicked myself for not picking up that 2-pack. But yeah, I really wish I picked up the other ones. So the other ones were so good. And which one is that?
They should do figures from this.
Yes. Oh, that would. Oh, yeah, yeah.
This was a great one. I don't know if you could see
It's Iron, Hawkeye, Vision. I remember that game.
Yeah.
White Vision, Hawkeye, Iron Man, and Captain America, wasn't it?
Yes. 10 points to Jacob.
I remember that game.
Let me just check. No playset in that one. Sorry.
That's just the game.
Oh, man.
Interestingly, that game was one of my first intros to White Vision. Like before it, I hadn't come across him in the comic books because of the story arcs I was reading and stuff. And I picked up that game and I was like, "Oh, Vision's like all white. What's this all about?"
Yeah.
And
I thought it was Silver Surfer. If I'm being honest, when I was a kid, I didn't pay much attention. Just assumed Silver Surfer.
With a cape.
Yeah.
You know what? I never back in the day, I never really picked up the West Coast Avengers. So I, like you said, like I saw it from the game and I thought, oh, that's kind of cool. Like they're kind of changing Vision up in the games, but then I saw it in the comics. I'm like, okay, there's a White Vision now.
Yeah.
I think people really love game figures though, because like there is a big thing to it, and I think if you've already got an existing line like something like Marvel Legends, it's a no-brainer to then cross into that. 'Cause I mean, Ninja Turtles did it with the line that was from like where they had like the cell shading and they did all the different foot soldiers, and then I think might be Jada Toys did like Sega Heroes, and they did like one of the Streets of Rage characters, Primal Beast, sorry, Altered Beast, Golden Axe. They haven't come over to the UK annoyingly still, because I'm still trying to keep an eye out for them.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you know, there's obviously a market for action figures from video games, and like you said, when you've got something like the Marvel Legends line, and then you end up having like, I think people wouldn't buy them because they think I've already got, like you said, like I've already got a Wolverine there. But the fact that they're designed differently to be that sort of either cell shaded to be like to look like they're on the screen of that game, or even just like proportionate wise, they might be different because video game proportions are different. So what I'm hoping for is a PS1 graphic style Spider-Man. That would, I want to see that.
Oh, 100%.
You know what?
You just got me excited when you said that. I'd love to see that. I'd love to see that.
These figures here, these are by Mighty Jacks. So they're blind bag arcade hero Ninja Turtles. Yeah. So they're blind bag. If you look at the detail on them though, like it's all like it's very blocky. Like look at the shell.
Mhm.
Like the paintwork is very much like it was on the game. And they did all 4 turtles, Bebop and Rocksteady.
No, nice.
Oh, hang on, let me see.
Oh, I like
I'm
that.
trying to get him in focus.
That's a cool looking one, yeah.
He is very cool, very very cool. And then the chase figure was, of course, Shredder. But you can see like the blockiness and the in the arms and everything like that. Like I just think it works. I really do. I think it works really nicely.
So do you think
And
they
I
would
think-
ever do like a Marvel Legends in like, because you know the PS1 Spider-Man game, I can't understate how much I love that game. But seeing
don't
like, you know,
think
seeing the blocky proportions on that figure there, I would love to see
Yeah.
that sort of block almost thing. But you know, can you imagine that on a highly articulated like Marvel Legends for Spider-Man?
I don't know.
I
Would
don't
you do
think
something like that? I don't know.
I don't think Marvel Legends would do it, but I think that other brands like Mighty Jacks, for example, they do them. They're a blind box. I thought I had some, but they're a blind box, and yeah, they're about 15 quid each, I think, the actual blind boxes. But then obviously
Maybe
you're
I should get
gambling
on
on what,
console heroes.
yeah. But I think there's a market out there for that, and especially when you're looking back at things like those original PS1 games, like Spider-Man and the second one as well, and then some of the Avenger games and stuff. To actually do, even if they were in kind of mini statue form, like to do something that represents that, I think a lot of people would get behind it. Just I don't know. There's a it's that nostalgia element, isn't it? I know that Hasbro have done a couple of things with like Dungeons and Dragons and stuff like that to kind of tap into that nostalgia, but they're modern versions of those classic characters, and I'm all up for having a blocky Spider-Man figure, like PS1 Spider-Man figure, like, and then like as long as you had like a rooftop diorama with just clouds, so that you could. It was, do you remember? Like there was never.
Yeah,
It was like you're on the roof. There was just clouds, and you could web swing into like nothing, but you'd still swing.
exactly.
Like,
It's like the webs are hitting the clouds or something like that. You know he's swinging, but what is he swinging on?
Yeah.
There's a UFO
Yeah.
that follows him just very carefully.
Those games though, I think it was maybe the first 3 of those I was absolutely hooked on. Like they were the best games. And I know obviously they've got the modern PS5, PS4 versions that are insane with what you can do on them, but there was something really wholesome about those original games that were just.
I still remember the
when you got
cheat
the alternate
code for the
outfit.
first Spider-Man game is Stan Lee backwards, and that unlocks all the costumes.
Oh wow! I didn't know that. I'll be back. I gotta write this down.
We'll move this over onto Twitch. We'll start getting the games up. We'll do that instead.
Man, that was a game.
You're all going to look it up now, though. You know that, right?
100%.
I'm just curious as to how much it even goes for nowadays.
Well, I've still got my one
need
from
to-
childhood because, as we can see, I throw very little away. So,
All right. Things get misplaced in my house, if you know what I mean.
yep.
Always get misplaced.
Wow, it's not even that expensive to buy. Wow. Yeah, I'm all
What he
over
doesn't
this.
realize
I
is
just need to get
actually
a
I've
PS1.
engineered this. This is actually my eBay store. I'm making Jake go to and buy my. I've just engineered this whole thing to get rid of my stuff. But
Yeah,
hey, Jake, remember this amazing thing?
How
You should look
backwards
it up on
compatible
eBay.
is?
There's a link on the bottom. Click
How
the link.
backwards compatible is a PS4? Can you play PS1 on PS4?
Yeah, most of them.
I don't know.
Can you really? Okay.
I think
I'm
know
gonna buy it and
on
try it.
on the PS3 I play PS1 games all the time. I don't know about PS4.
Yeah. See, I haven't upgraded yet to PS5. I'm like, nah. I don't need a
I need some-
PS5 just yet.
I wait for my son to buy it. Once he buys it, I sneak downstairs and I
Yeah.
play it. And he hasn't
I
bought it
think
yet.
that's my son's mentality. They're like, "You gonna get PS5, Dad?" I'm like, maybe. I don't know. Like, but the silly thing is the only reason that Panda 17014 can't play PS2 discs on a PS4.
Oh
So
man.
I'm definitely not going to be able to play a PS1 disc on it then, can I?
Actually might have a spare PS3 that you can borrow to play it on.
I'm
Or you
going to go down to
come around-
CX and
just come around
see if I can get
mine
a
and just
PS1.
like we'll do it old school. We'll get a Pizza Hut. We'll have a sleepover and we'll play PS1 games.
Only if we've got sleeping bags.
Yeah, I'm
Got
not a
to be
monster.
sleeping bags, and we got to play it on an old school telly.
You know I've got that because I sent you a picture the other day of me watching Halloween on VHS on my Tube TV.
I know you have. I know you have. I watched Weapons the other day. You know, it's like obviously,
Oh man,
we're getting into
need
spooky
to
season.
see.
Have you seen it?
No, I haven't seen it yet. I gotta jump on that. I'm behind with my scary movies.
It's all right.
It's on my list. I still haven't seen it.
You know what? I sat down. I got it on Amazon Prime. I sat down with my eldest two to watch it, and yeah, it was all right. I wasn't disappointed. Was not disappointed. Here,
Justin
Jen, we
Long
like
did it.
these kind of questions. What is your oldest figure? You know what? I can actually grab.
Oh,
They are both my oldest figures. One of them's there, and one of them's like there. So I can actually show you
my
this.
oldest figure. I have it right here. For some reason, I knew someone was gonna ask this question, so I have it right here. And as you can tell, it's old because the plastic is turned yellow and it's about to fall off.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Marvel Hero Spider-Man. What year is it? I don't even know what year this is. Where's the? Why am I not seeing this? Oh, 1990. I guess that's old. But that's one of the things I have in package. I think I have some other older ones, but they're falling apart. But this is
I don't have any in package. So my oldest are both Spider-Man as well, both Spider-Man figures. So the oldest kind of like 6-inch figure I've got is my original Spider-Man 1, Tobey Maguire.
Oh, nice.
So he was one of my best friends, Zoe. I've known her since I was like 18, and for my 21st birthday, she bought me this figure.
Oh, wow.
And it was the one that came with like the gargoyle diorama.
Oh yeah.
The selling point to this was it was like all the articulation on it. So like you can change you can put him into web swing mode, or you can open his hand out and all the rest of it. So I've kind of kept that just because I was like, you know what, it's an old figure, but it means a lot to me. So it's getting all rusty and all sorts of stuff.
I had that figure like, whatever, good 5 or 6 years ago. And this is when I was like, oh, you know, I'm not gonna collect action figures anymore. So I actually had that in package and I sold it.
Wow.
And
I don't even know what the date is on it
because I got robbed.
Yeah, I don't even know what the date is.
A bit of a difficult one for me. I mean, I have got the complete run of the original Star Wars figures, and obviously that started in the 70s.
Wow.
I think I've got older stuff. I mean, I have got this toy train from the 50s.
Oh wow.
Nice.
A clockwork one that still works because I like trains as well. Because I like to really fill out all the stereotypes of being a nerd. But I think I've probably got some stuff older than that. I've got like an old, like wooden. I wouldn't even say it's a figure, but like it's more like a statue where one arm moves, and it's an old carved wooden soldier, and it's got a pin through the arm so that the arm can go up and down. I got that at a military show. I went with my dad, and that was clearly extremely old. So I think that probably technically, but if we're going for like mass-produced action figures, I think the Star Wars collection, obviously starting in the 70s, and the fact I've got the full run would probably make that my oldest toy line that I've got.
Yeah.
And I've got, like I said, I've got every single one of them, of the vintage ones, and then loads of custom stuff and all sorts of things.
See, I've got a
So,
bunch of the vintage
yeah.
Star Wars from the 70s as well in a box literally just behind me here, but they don't go on my shelf. So for me, the oldest figure that I have in my collection is as old as me, and it's the Secret Wars Spider-Man.
Oh,
And he's
wow.
out of the
Nice.
box.
Wow.
He's played with, he's worn out on the feet and all the rest of it. But this to me, when it, like just I picked this one up and I just remember what it's like to have, you know what I mean? This was a toy that I played with. This was Spider-Man as a kid. And I mean, he looks like he should be on a list somewhere. It's not,
That is,
you know,
that is beautiful. That is,
but
I remember
it's
as a kid, I was crying to my mother for her to pick that up for me, and she smacked me. We walked out of the Walmart, and it was like,
it's just, yeah, there's just something very
She
cool
smacked
about
you
it.
and she said, "You're 37, Pete. Get out of my house."
this was just last week.
Yeah.
Last week.
But yeah, but that to me, that's my oldest. That's my old. I mean, I've got like original Thomas the Tank Engine trains from when I was a kid and all that kind of stuff. But this one's actually, I think it's 82. No, it's not. It's older.
Sorry, did you say vintage Thomas trains? Because I've got
Oh wow.
84.
as well.
1984, I think it says on it. Someone correct me if that's right, if I'm wrong. But yeah, this to me just, and it just, when you're a collector, when you collect action figures, you kind of knew about it as a kid. Do you know what I mean? When you're a kid, you kind of looked on the back of the packets and you're like, oh, I want to get all of them, or, you know, so yeah, I don't know, that particular figure just, it holds a lot of sentimental value for me. So yeah,
I get that, because it's even sometimes it's not a particularly rare or hard thing to find. Like, I still love these. Like, this is something that really takes me back. This is PET, pet aliens, like pet extraterrestrials. And these were little blind bags that used to get in like tobacconists back when you were a kid, because, you know, when your grandparents would take you in when they got their, like, you know, 20 cigarettes for like 50p or whatever, and you would ask for this one toy and they were like, oh, really? And you're like, you just spent money on cigarettes, can I not get this? So, you know, it's things like that. Like, it's got no real, I don't think it's even worth much, but I've got like most of the line of this, but most of them are still from when I was a kid, and that makes it so much more valuable in a weird way.
Yeah.
And like, you know, like you said, it is that thing of just sitting there playing with it, and you kind of go like, a simple time. Or like when in the 90s they used to have, like, this has been one of my favorite things since I was a kid. I got this one Christmas when I was a kid. I need to top up the water in it, but it's an old snow globe. Remember when aliens were just everywhere on things in the 90s?
Yeah.
And there was a whole line of these alien snowstorms and stuff, but you know, I can be a kid and I can picture my childhood bedroom in this. This is like one of those calming things. But yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. I think you hit the nail on the head there. Like, I think, like, because I've got toys that are older than that Spider-Man, but they're not toys from when I was a kid. They're toys that I picked up later on as a collector. But that, for me, having that since I was a kid, it feels older because I've kind of had it throughout the journey. It's kind of, it's made the cuts.
Yeah.
You know, the divorces, the house moves. Like, it's like Spider-Man is stuck there. Like, it's just, he's still there.
Well, everyone gets one, Jacob.
Yeah, he's my favorite.
I have a He-Man. I don't know where the heck.
Everyone gets one. I was tempted to try to track down the rest of the line.
Oh yeah, you know what? I remember.
Which one?
Well, I had a He-Man somewhere around here. I don't know where the heck I put it, but that was.
He might have changed back into Prince Adam, and you might not recognize him because they look completely different. So that might be what happened.
Yeah. he was in the pink outfit with the little robe thing.
But you know what?
Just smiling at rainbows.
He-Man's a great example because, like, I had a whole bunch of He-Man, I had a whole bunch of Ninja Turtles as a kid, but I didn't get rid of them. Like, my parents sold them at boot fairs and stuff. Do you know what I mean? They were like, I grew out of them and they got rid of them. So I've kind of re-bought those, and I've got the original Turtles and I've got He-Man, that kind of stuff, but they weren't mine as a kid. So it's like, I get it. This He-Man is old. He's as old as me or whatever, but it's not my He-Man. Whereas that Spider-Man, because it's stuck with me, it feels so much older than all the others.
Yeah.
But yeah, He-Man's a great line. See my 1/6 scale. I want 6-scale He-Man and She-Ra just behind me there. That.
Yeah. That's something I never picked up.
Man.
I wish I picked up some of the newer series. They're really cool looking, even some of the retro ones. I know my son had bought me like the retro carded Skeletor, and I'm trying to look. I'm in the middle of like kind of rearranging my room, so I got everything all over the place. Like if I was to take my camera and show you my room, it looks like my wife says it always looks like this, but no, it's actually everything's all over the place. Yeah, exactly. Right? I gotta. I like it's so sad. Like I have toys over here, I have toys over here. I have them all over my wall, but I don't know where anything is right now. Other than
at least look, we went off camera at least, Pete. Jake just carefully placed his chair in alignment with it. Like there's a lot more thought gone into that.
Yeah.
You and I have just gone like, we'll put our cameras in this corner. He's like,
I'm like this, like, yeah, look how tidy my room is.
Well, you know what? To be honest with you, I kind of did that myself too. So that's why I'm focusing over here. Because if you see over on this side, everything's like all over the place. You see like T-shirts just hanging off the walls. So I've strategically placed. Because look, it does kind of look like like I organized something over here. But if you to move the camera to this side, it's kind of scary, right?
When I first started doing this, I actually bought a bunch of retro bed sheets, and Jake will back up on this. My thing used to be I used to have different bed sheets hanging because because I didn't have this cabinet, which was my mum's old china cabinet, by the way. But I used to have it in front of this bookcase, and you can still see all the pins at the top. This is where I used to hang the bed sheets from. So basically, it always looked like I had this really well thought out, like studio type space thing where it's like, oh, I can see what he's done there. He changes his background. It was just to hide. It was hiding everything. It was just a lie.
We always waited for that one where they all fell down. Ryan was just buried underneath a pile of boxes.
Then you saw the Wizard of Oz in the back there, right? Like,
pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
Ryan, like,
don't look at the man behind the camera.
Jar Jar Binks behind him. Like,
yeah.
There you go.
Misa, now pay attention to the man behind the curtain.
That's wicked.
Well, you know what, Jacob? Every time I watch your videos, I always admire. Like the last video I saw, you had was it Lionel's sword up on the top there? Like your room is spectacular. Yeah,
it's up there. You can kind of see it. You can kind of see it. Let me see if I can hang on.
Very geek room.
There you go. Look,
envious. Very geek room envious. I have to.
Oh, bless you, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, my room's just a mess of everything. It's just like, it's just an absolute mess of everything. I kind of at one point I was a complete die-hard Marvel Legends. That was it. It was just Marvel Legends.
Was incredible though.
I started collecting Marvel Legends when it first started, and then I collected a handful of other lines and stuff like that. But I had everything from the Infinite series that were launched in 2014. I had everything between 2014 and 2023 that was released. I had every single one. And then I just kind of was like, you know what? I love these, but I'm filling a whole shelf here with characters that I don't care about. And I've got no Ninja Turtles on display, or, this whole section here has 15 different Captain America figures and I haven't got any He-Man. So I kind of just stripped all of mine back, sold a load off, and just went, I've got a box of Marvel Legends that are I can't part with those ones. I just stripped it back, and now I just add whatever I want. I'm like, yeah.
I totally understand that. Like, if you can see my room, my room's all Marvel Legends. I started getting into YOLO Park with the Transformers, like the Build-A-Figures, and those are so cool. I had them displayed over in this corner here, but they were kind of disappeared and kind of like in the middle of like nowhere. So what I want to do is I want to get some other shelving so I could, because I'm missing that. I really want a Ninja Turtle corner. I really want a Transformer. I want all that nostalgic stuff, but all I have right now is the Marvel Legends. I'm complaining about that like it's a sad thing, but it's true. I like other like genres, right? It's I totally understand where I feel like I have a bin right now because like I am still collecting and it is filling up with, like you said, like figures that, where am I going to put these? what shelf is this going to go to?
Yeah, no, I get that. I totally get it.
Once you get to a volume,
I was quite fortunate that
thinking about curating, don't you? You start off going like Pokemon, got to catch them all, and then you start going, actually, no, now that I've got too much, you start thinking about like you said, you want your sections, you know, you want a He-Man section there. And I think I would like to do that. That's why mine's such a mess at the moment, because I really changed this whole room because this is actually the spare room. It's not just my geek room, it's actually spare room. So the bed's full of all the stuff at the moment, which is what I just showed a minute ago, because I'm trying to work out what I want to have where, because I think I'll keep these cabinets just Star Wars, and then I think I'll just try and maybe make one shelf that actually has like a Transformer shelf, you know, a Mighty Max, you know, it's like miniatures shelf, so I have like the miniature stuff, and probably the Sega things on there. But you start kind of curating, and then you start thinking about some things you've got, and you go, did I just buy this because it was the next one in the line, or do I actually want this? And that's always a big question for me.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I've done it so many times.
I was quite fortunate because we moved house about 1.5 years ago, and so therefore I had to move my room. So I was kind of like, right, the geek room I had was coming down. This one I was going to kind of build to my specification, and I was kind of like, do I want to take all of these things? So when we knew that we were moving, and I'd kind of started planning out what my new space was going to be like, it gave me that opportunity to kind of decide, like, and I don't think I would have. I think if it wasn't for that environment shift, I don't think I would have. And it's an interesting question, isn't it? You know, to whether you collect because it's the next one in the line, or whether you're collecting because it taps into that nostalgic element for you, or that thing for you. I mean, like Spider-Man for me he's my guy. Like anything Spider-Man, I'll always look at it and be like, where can I put this? Like I need this. But the same can be said for like Superman for me. Like I'm a huge Superman fan, and I found that I just didn't have much Superman representation in my collection at one point. And I was like, this is crazy. Like, how do I not have Superman? But yeah, it's I think the other thing as well is that collecting modern things compared to collecting retro things is that there's no end goal. So when like Marvel Legends, for example, there's no completion to that collection at the moment.
No.
It's just ongoing, it's rolling. Whereas you look back at even as something like Masters of the Universe, you could collect everything of Masters of the Universe from the original release. It might cost an arm and a leg to get certain pieces, but you can at least pick up a book, download a guide, and kind of go, right, these are the 50 items that I need to complete that collection. If that's your mentality of being a completionist. Yeah. So like Star Wars figures, I think it's again why the retro Star Wars figures have such longevity as a collector's item, because there's a complete set there. There's you know what you need to get or what you don't need to get to complete a set. Whereas with the modern stuff, it's that infinite kind of rolling cycle. And I think for me, about 10 years ago, with like the Marvel Legends and the Black Series, when they started to re-release certain characters, that's when I kind of started to get a little bit, not angry is the wrong word, but a little bit kind of dubious, because it was kind of like, the one I always focus on is the Rogue. The Juggernaut Wave Rogue was an absolute grail figure for people, because it was the only figure of her in that green and yellow X-Men outfit. And so people were paying stupid money for it. And if you had that as a collector, you were like, I've got this kind of, valuable piece of the puzzle. And then they re-released her, and then they did another version. Then they did an animated version. Then they did a variant version. And then all of a sudden, that original one that you had becomes nothing more than just an old figure. And that to me was like, I'm not being rewarded as a collector who's spending time and money kind of trying to get something, when 5 years down the line you're just going to kind of pull that out from underneath me. So that's I think my problem with the more modern figure lines.
I do have a slight hack to that now. Essentially I went with the Zombieland approach. I've set like my own personal rules about what I collect and like parameters. So even though I think something's cool, it has to then at least tick one of the other boxes for me to get it. Like, will this potentially start like another spin-off thing that I'm going to collect? Or is this just a nice, like, do I want just this particular one? And just think, because I've sort of lost the completionist element in me now. And I do, because the other thing is as well, like, even though I am 30, what year is it? 2025. I'm 35. I never remember how old I am. But I still play. I still play with my figures. You know, I still will sit there and when I transform like a transformer, I still to myself go, you know. So I have like
Much
rather
to
than
your
it being a
wife's
case of
annoyance. Ryan, are you
No.
playing Transformers again? No.
Yes,
no,
you
because
are.
it's very much a case of like, he's happy and not pestering me in the corner. He's fine. But he, you know, once I've started setting my own rules to things, going like, okay, well, because at one point it was like I collect droids, I collect this, I collect that, and I just suddenly was a bit almost over. I started getting overwhelmed by my own wants and desires for things, and obviously, I'm autistic, so I get really hyper fixated on things very quickly. So every time I watch something, I have to. The reason I put the rules in place is because the first thing I normally do then is over research it for about 2 months. I try and get everything to do with it. I'm like, right, there was this figure, this, or it did this, it did that, and then I'm getting behind the scenes books and stuff like that. But then I watch something else, and then that's all completely dead to me again. And then next thing I know, I've got like 12 boxes of like Terminator stuff, and now I'm focused on aliens. So it's like I have to. So by doing like the Zombieland type thing of rule 75 or like Hercules, rule 35, kid, concentrate. I do those, and that actually has helped quite a lot. So I can still have room for finding little random things, but it means I've stopped just buying excess stuff just for the instant gratification of going and then realizing that after I pick it up tomorrow I'll be like
100%. Well,
Yeah.
that's a good idea. Like, I think I should implement that in myself. Like, I first started off saying, okay, I'm only gonna buy stuff that has Spider-Man in it. Like, and that's how I started with the Marvel Legends. I picked that up, picked this up, and then I'm like, okay, maybe that X-Men figure looks kind of cool. I need an Avengers series. I need this, and then just snowballs, right? I sold most of my McFarlane figs, but I kept all my Green Lantern ones. I do like Green Lantern and some of my Flash ones. But like you said, I really wish. Actually, I did pick up a Superman one. It's somewhere around here. But I kind of want that JLA, group there. I do want that somehow somewhere. But
no, I get that.
with green lighting.
It's funny though, isn't it? As well when the franchises move, because like I'm a big fan of Invincible. The comic book and the Amazon TV show and stuff, and it was Diamond Select Toys that were doing the Invincible line, and they were few and far between. They were quite hard to get hold of, and I'm pleased to say that I've got like the whole line, so I've got them from the beginning until Diamond Select Toys went bankrupt. But now it's been picked up by Jada, hasn't it? The
is that who picked them up? I was a little confused with that.
Okay. So Jada's now got the license.
Are picking up some good licenses at the moment.
Jada Toys are the one to watch. Like, I'm
these shoes.
Little plug to Jada. Like I've been in their corner for a while. I like Jada. But yeah, so they've got the Invincible line. But to me, I'm now looking at that Diamond Select toy line. I'm thinking I'm never going to add another figure to that. And another company is doing it. So do I want to keep those because they are the original ones that I had, or do I want to scrap them and start afresh? So it's a weird one, isn't it? It is a weird one. So which kind of contradicts what I was saying a minute ago about something being completed and being open-ended, because there is that question. It's like, well, I've completed it. I've got that set.
Yeah.
But there's so many characters in that universe that I know Diamond Select Toys would have carried on with. But now they're not. So do we keep that as a closed unit, or do we open up the door to Jada Toys and see what they're bringing?
That's the other thing with licenses expiring so quickly. Will you ever get a complete team? Like I sold most of my Power Ranger helmets recently because Hasbro have now given the license to Playmates, who are, by the way, I have to say, like smashing it. It's a great line, the new one they've done. But it means I'll never get the yellow Ranger helmet or the black Ranger helmet in that same scale. So it sort of did make them pointless, but it was like you want the team of Rangers. So to not have that, I was like, I'm never going to have that. So I got rid of them all except for the white one, which is the only one Jake wanted to buy. And I was like, oh, that's the only one I'm keeping, by the way. He was like, son of a bitch. Because one on its own is a nice thing. It's Tommy's helmet, but to have like 4 of like what should be 6/7 if you do the whole Green and White Ranger thing. It felt so incomplete.
Yeah.
Killed it a bit for me.
Yeah, with stuff like that, I feel like I have to complete a line. Like, you know, if there's something in a line that comes out like that, even with Marvel Legends, like if there's a line that I'm okay, if I have like all like the 4 of them, I need the other 2. Like even though I'm thinking, do I really want those 2? Like, do I need this? I guess I'm a completist in that sense, right? So I totally understand where you're coming with that.
So do you do that for a line or like for a team? So for example, if it was like just a wave of figures which aren't necessarily connected, but it's one wave, or
Like the
do you
game
mean
of
like
for example.
yeah, or do you mean like if it's the Guardians of the Galaxy and you're only missing 2 characters, you mean complete the team, or do you mean complete like the wave?
Well, you know what? Sometimes the wave has a figure here and there that I don't want. So it's not the wave. Sorry, I guess I should rephrase that. More of the team. Like I want to complete that team. Like with my X-Men, like, okay, I have like what's it called? Like House of X, and there's a bunch of ones that I'm missing. Like I'll search that out to pick up that missing one. Or, you know, stuff like that. Like and when Marvel Legends are pretty smart with that. They'll throw 1 or 2 Spider-Man or like an X-Men figure here and there with that line, and you're like, okay, I have those 2, or sorry, I have those 3 or 4. What about the other 2? Like I could still buy those 2 and get the Build-A-Figure. So I guess in that sense, they're kind of smart in that sense too, right? With the Build-A-Figure ones, right?
Yeah, Build-A-Figure's a smart idea. I was glad they stopped doing that in Star Wars. They used to do Build-A-Droid inside the figures, like but it's because the vintage collection came out and now everyone got absolutely obsessed about the bloody packaging being like, you know, similar to the one in the 80s, and they were like, oh, let's do that, and then that meant that there was no wiggle room for like sizes or packing things or anything like that, and it's just, in my opinion, really killed the line, which is very unpopular in the Star Wars community for me to say that, but come at me, bro. I'm digital and far away.
See, that's, I really want to pick up a Darth Vader. I'm like, I'm not representing Star Wars at all here. I have a couple of Star Wars, but I'm like, I don't have a Darth Vader. And I was really considering jumping on the Black series, and then I'm thinking, okay, that's just a snowball effect. Then I'm gonna have to start buying the other ones too, right? So like, I'm kind of.
Okay.
You recommended it, yeah, but I'm so behind. I'm so look at that. I need a Darth Vader figure. I need one.
I got you, Pete.
Luke.
Drop an Anakin. Drop me a address, and I'll send you a vintage Darth Vader. All right, you drop me.
If you want just like a statue of Darth Vader, like, you know, if you just want one thing of Darth Vader without the risk of accidentally falling into another line, I can recommend one that isn't hard to get and looks awesome. And it's called. It was a very short-lived subline of the Black Series called the Centerpiece Collection, and they only did 3. They did Luke Skywalker posed coming over the foot of an AT-AT, like fallen AT-AT. They did Kylo Ren with stopping the bolt, but they did Darth Vader coming through the Tantive 4 doors in the start of A New Hope. And it's just on its own, it's just a really nice piece, and it doesn't require any more. And it can be collapsed and folded away, and then you can build it, but you won't be falling into the trap. So that is my recommendation for you for your solo Darth Vader. That would also fit in size-wise with the rest of your collection. So that's my bit of enabling today.
The next time you guys see me, I'll have all these like statues behind. I'll be like, thanks, Ryan.
You'll be sitting there and you'll have your own Jar Jar next to you. Son of a...
You know what? You can actually pick it up. You can pick them up quite cheap. The Luke Skywalker one's really cheap.
Yeah, I told you.
Uh-oh.
But there's only 3.
The Darth Vader one's not.
But see, then that's the slippery slope, right? Like back in the day, I used to have so many statues of Spider-Man, like you name it. Like I still have a few, but I kind of sold most of them off because then I started getting into action figures. Then they're like, okay, am I going to buy statues now? Am I going to buy the action figures? So I don't know. It's we'll see with that one. We'll see. It's very tempting though. Very tempting.
Speaking of enablers, look, there we go.
There you go. That's the centerpiece.
Oh man, that does look beautiful.
And it lights up.
Yeah.
And
So
a light.
But it's just a really nice one and done.
Yeah,
You know, you don't need anything else with it. There's no room for anything else with it. It's just you've done it.
Yeah,
and it's not too big.
Give me a second, guys. I'm just gonna I'm gonna go on the computer there.
Ryan's affiliate link is available in the description.
There he goes again. He's selling this stuff. That's what the link on the bottom is. There you go. There you go.
You know what? I don't know what it's like over in I don't know what it's like over in Canada, but you can pick these up for like less than £25 on the second-hand market because it didn't really take off, did it? The centerpieces.
No,
they didn't.
Do you know
action
what,
figure
Pete,
collectors.
I'll hook you up a link. I'll send you a link, not to my store, don't worry, but I'll send you a link to what it is, so you can look it up. Yeah,
it's yeah, that is a good one. It is a good one. But I'm the same with Darth Vader. I've got a few of my Star Wars Black Series still. Darth Vader again, like he's my guy. Like I want a good representation of Darth Vader in my collection. And I've looked at a lot of different Hot Toy and 1/6 scale figures of Darth Vader. There's some really nice ones out there, but I need a Darth Vader. Like
that's another one to jump on to is the hot toys, but they're so expensive, so expensive. I feel like with one of those I can buy like like 5 or 6 other figures, right? But those are very, like, every time I see them on Instagram or like you name it, like it's very addictive. They're so...
There's my Hot Toys. So I've got Black Suit Toby, I've got Toby, I've got Stanley there. Behind Stanley is Tom Holland, Andrew Garfield there. That's a Black Suit statue, Gwen and Miles Morales.
Oh man.
And then what other Spider-Man have I got? I've got the Iron Spider suit somewhere there, and I've got the PS. Actually, I'll go and get it because it's actually my favorite one. Hang on, wait a sec.
He's also now got a 3D printer, so he's just printing his own Hot Toy scale stuff.
So bad. Some of the stuff they're coming out with is crazy. Crazy what you can do with 3D printers.
Affordable now.
No,
yeah, for less than infinitely less than a HasLab. Yeah. You can buy a decent 3D printer.
HasLab 3D printer?
I'm just saying, like, and there's a lot of free files or cheap files out there. I mean, some of the stuff Jake's been printing has been insane.
Yeah.
Like he's made He-Man, She-Ra, Superman, Supergirl, I think. Everything under the sun, I think.
I have a friend that has a 3D printer. I always send him a text here and there and go, hey, man, is there any way you can print? He's printed me a few things, but I feel bad afterwards. I'm like,
So this is my
fantastic robot. Actually.
This is one of my favorite Hot Toys, Spider-Man Hot Toys, because it's just stunning. It's obviously the Gamerverse, but it's just a really nice figure. It's really, really nice. So it's cool, but that'll set you back like, you know, 300 quid easy, like £300 easy to buy that. Hellboy is another one of my favorites.
Oh, that's a wow.
There we go. But that's 3D printed. Now, when they're on the shelf,
all the stuff you 3D printed. What are the other ones you've done? You've done Hellboy, He-Man, She-Ra, Superman.
That's actually 3D printed. You're kidding me.
This is 3D printed. So I haven't shown this one yet. This is going to be. I'm going to show this on my Instagram and my TikTok and that very soon. But give you a little sneak peek here. So I love Hellboy. I love a bit of Hellboy. So this is a 3D printed Hellboy that I've painted up myself. Like you can see, that 3D printed.
That is
cool. It's just very cool. And it even comes. I haven't attached it because of the height, but you can even get a smoke effect on his little cigar. So look, that light attaches to the end of the cigar, and then there's like the smoke effect coming off of his cigar. But it's just a really awesome figure. But yeah, so that's my next one that I'm going to show on TikTok and stuff. But
that's crazy. So you can do anything with 3D printers these days. Like half of the action you see online are 3D printers.
No.
Nuts.
I've got a Hot Toys Terminator. So I was like, okay, so I've got Arnie with all the battle damage and that. So I need the T800. So I'm in the process of doing that. But then I was like, who is my other favorite robot from the late 80s, early 90s?
RoboCop.
So I was like, I need to 3D print myself a RoboCop. So I 3D printed myself a 1/6 scale Robocop.
Oh,
It's in the middle of being painted at the moment, hence why this is all still quite flat.
I don't
But
got those.
so there we go. So Robocop. So that's just 3D printed. But look, you can see how
Literal
like
live, you're coming with me.
it's so light, but you know, on the shelf next to my Terminator,
That looks awesome.
it looks awesome. So yeah.
Oh, the lighter it is, the less you risk of your shelf collapsing. So that's a good thing.
One of the other ones that I'm in the process of painting at the moment. I'm just showing them all off now. One of the others I'm in the process of painting. Deadpool.
Deadpool. That's a beautiful.
So again, it's not fully painted yet, so all the colors are quite flat. There's no kind of texture on it and stuff, but it's a 3D printed Deadpool figure. So you know, on the shelf, that's going to look absolutely fine.
Look,
Next
so
to
you
my
don't
Hot
need
Toys.
that. The
But
maximum.
the thing I like about the 3D. It's what?
See, that's you don't need to buy the maximum line there. You got the Deadpool right there.
Yeah, exactly. But I just think, like, for me personally, I was kind of like, it's a display for me now. With my 6-inch figures, I like doing the toy photography. I like taking them out and moving them around and stuff. But with my Hot Toys, it's all about display. And you can kind of see over my shoulder here, I'm going to do a video on it soon, but I've got the Venom from Let There Be Carnage, the Hot Toy, and that retails at about £500, like new. It's ridiculously expensive figure. But then I've 3D printed this one, doing a side profile there. I've 3D printed the same figure myself, like, but the comic book version of Venom. So it's this big.
Oh, wow.
And has cost me a fraction of it. So I'm kind of like, do I want the £500 figure that's articulated and comes with all the interchangeable bits when all I'm doing is kind of museum posing them? So yeah, I'm on a little bit of a swap out at the moment.
No,
But yeah,
exactly. Like, you know, you
it's
have
just
it that
cool
one.
to kind of go, I'd really like a robot.
Oh, that's up.
Say again?
No, I said that's awesome because you're just gonna pose it in that one pose. You're not. It's not like you're gonna like superimpose them like a million times. You have that one pose, so why not? That makes 100. That makes 1,000%. Like, you know, you have it in that one pose, and that's what you want.
Yeah. But the Hellboy is probably the best example. So it's a very cool Hellboy pose. You know, he's holding a cigar. He's pointing his gun out. The coat's blowing in the wind. I've got a Hot Toys Hellboy, and I can't get him into a pose as cool as that. So I'm like, you know what? I can pose him, and yeah. So there we go. That's my thing. But I'm still yet to find a decent Darth Vader 3D file. So if anyone knows any,
He's still yet to make a Ryan Speaks Geek Hot Toys figure, but you know, I'm just throwing that out there as well.
You know what? I need to hit up my friend. Who's going to do it for me? Who's going to do it for me?
The guy did your little.
RDJ. Ruben, yeah. RDJ was going to do me an up-to-date Jacob head sculpt. He hasn't done it for me yet, but I wanted to do a 1/6 scale because I've got. There we go.
I did myself there.
That's very cool.
It's I can't remember which.
I like that.
Who that actually is, but I put the white beard on him. Threw a
like
stuff, a paint job, and I'm at myself at 2074 Comics. Nice guy.
Nice.
And then I did this one of myself. I've gone a bit longer in the neck, but you know, it's pretty much there. So
yeah, we're getting there. Just needs baseball cap.
Yeah.
I've got a Marvel Legends version of me that Ruben did like the head sculpt for years ago before I had long hair and stuff. So my beard was not as dark, not as white as it is now. So I'm like Ruben, I need an update. Like I've got old. Like, I need an update. So, but yeah, it's quite cool. But I don't know if I'd want a 1/6 scale version of myself. That's a bit vague. That's a bit vain, isn't it? Yeah, here's Venom, here's Spider-Man, here is myself. You know?
Right beside it.
Yeah.
Hey, why not?
I wouldn't mind the 3/4 inch, so I can actually put myself in my play sets. I would quite like that. I think it'd be quite funny to have like the Star Wars cantina and be able to put myself in there.
Let's talk, Brian. I reckon I could do that for you. I think I could do that for you. I think I could do that for you. But 3D printing is cool. So like me and Ryan went to see Fantastic Four, didn't we? Like we went to see Fantastic Four, and I literally heard, you've seen it, right, Pete?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I was blown away by Herbie. Herbie to me was like a standout, and so I came back and I was like, we need a Marvel Legends scale Herbie, like, you know. So I jumped straight on the 3D printer and did a little bit of sculpting, got a little bit of kind of like reference images and stuff like that, and done very, very, like, you can't really
wow.
see them, but
Nope.
they're not
Awesome.
really in focus. But the details all there. It's insane, like how much you can. Look, you can kind of see it there, but like the detail was definitely all there.
Mm-hmm.
And I have yet to give it to Ryan, but I scaled it down and I've done him like a vintage size Herbie. So it's like about this big, but it's fragile
I
as
can put it in my
anything.
sand crawler.
Yeah. Well,
But-
but yeah, you're not gonna play with it. You're just gonna display it on your shelf, right? So
Yeah.
yeah.
But
I'll
the
probably
concept
play with
is
it.
there.
Yeah.
Concept is all there.
Make them give you two.
You'll like this one, Pete. This is the one I'm currently doing.
Oh, nice. See,
So
man,
got
you can do
Spider-Man.
anything with 3D printers. Anything.
Spider-Man. Yeah.
You know what's funny? I was joking around with my son during Christmas time. I go, yeah, you know what? It'd be nice if you got me a 3D printer, blah blah blah. And I go, you know what you can do with them? You can do action figures and stuff like that. I was telling him everything about and he goes, you know, Dad, they're building prosthetic legs and they're doing really good things with 3D printers. I'm like, you're right, son. He made me feel like crap. I'm talking about action figures, and he's like, yeah, you know, Dad, they could do quite a lot with 3D printers, like prosthetic, you know, he's stuff like, you know, for science and, you know, to help help humankind. And I'm talking about action figures.
My favorite thing at the moment,
Jurassic Park 3, is that we know that they can also make the vocal chamber of a velociraptor.
you can actually get that file. You can get that file now and download it. The thing for me is really cool as well is that with my youngest kids is them kind of having an idea of something and me being able to turn that into physical form for them, which is obviously something that I've always been one of those that's like, right, let's cut up a box and let's make this and let's make that. But to actually now mess around digitally and then print something out and kind of go, look, there it is. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. But I think for me, it's my natural progression with my collecting is being able to kind of build my collection quite like literally build my collection. So yeah, it's good fun.
You see a lot of people like actually with Marvel Legends, like some of the figures don't come with accessories. Now that you have a 3D printer, you can build other accessories. You can like interchangeable heads or hands or anything, right? So like 3D printers have gone a long way. 100%.
So last thing on 3D printers, and I didn't do anything with this, but you know the Giant Man.
Mm-hmm.
So we had it had the scroll head, didn't it, as the the final tier that they never unlocked because they didn't reach enough backers. And as soon as the campaign closed, I went, well, that's not good enough. And I went on and I made the scroll head.
Oh wow, yeah.
To scale, and I did nothing with it. I literally did nothing with it. I didn't show it to anyone. I didn't give it to anyone. But I was like, it can be done. Like there is no limits to what can be done. So, yeah, it's all good fun. It's all good fun. Oh fuck, everything's falling over now. Cool. I think we're gonna have to wrap up soonish because it's getting late for us over here.
Yeah, that's it. I gotta go to work tomorrow.
Yeah, that's the thing. Pete, it is always great speaking to you. Let's not make it a year this time. Like obviously jump in again. We are spontaneous. We jump in all the time. So we'll definitely do this again
100%.
very soon if that's up for you.
Yeah, if there's anything you come across that you're excited, just want to talk about, message us because that's how the whole point of this show is that we'll message each other out of the blue and be like, I'm really excited to talk about this, so let's do something, and it can be any day of the week.
Yeah,
sounds good, guys. Yeah, you know what? I really enjoy myself. You know what? I love talking to you guys. You know what? Anytime you allow me to come on here, I'm for it. I'm 100%.
Pete, no, you're always welcome. You're always welcome. For anyone that is watching, just where can they find you? What's your handles?
2074 Comics and Toys, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and obviously TikTok.
Amazing.
Which I know.
Yeah.
For everyone else that's watching, obviously we do appreciate you jumping on. Tonight was very much just a geek talk with our friend Pete. we will be at MCM on Friday. If you are down at MCM, then do come and say hello. Drop us a message and let us know. If you're not coming to MCM, but there's something you want us to put forward to any of the brands that we'll be speaking to, like Hasbro or Jada or Character Toys, Playmates, etc., let us know. Drop me a message, let me know your question, and I'll do my best to put it in front of them. And obviously check out the link in the description of the video for all of the socials and stuff, and go give everyone a follow. I'm on. I've got you, Pete. I've got you, Pete. That's down on my list. I've put it on my list. I'll put it on my list. But yeah, no, it's great talking to you, Pete, and we do appreciate you being able to jump on. Yeah.
Awesome, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Cool. Ryan, anything you want to say before we go?
Yeah, if anyone wants to see Jar Jar on a more regular basis, message me. He is available for Cameo for only like £20 for a 10-minute video.
Are you renting Ryan? Are you renting him out?
I am basically Jar Jar Pimps is my new name.
Mate, that is there's an angle there. Jar Jar Pimps.
Yes.
Now this is all rated R now. Now
that's an OnlyFans account. That is an OnlyFans account.
Banned. We're all banned now. Thanks, Ryan.
That's it.
That's what I do.
Guys, it's been great. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. We'll catch you again when we decide to jump on. That's it.
Keep it geek until we meet.
No plans, no script, no calendar ping. Just two geeky minds talking everything. Figs, show spoilers and scenes. From Jedi to Joes to mutant teens. They're live when they lie, that's part of the charm. So grab your snacks and sound the alarm. If you're into toys or comic book feast, then drop on by for a little Geek Meet. Geek Meet, it's wild, it's weird. Talking plastic heroes and collections we've cleared. Geek Meet, so random, so fun. Join the stream, the show's just begun. Ryan and Jacob, you're in for a treat. Geek Meet, it's wild, it's weird. Talking plastic heroes and collections we've cleared. Geek Meet, so random, so fun. Join the stream.